All right, Uncle Dave fans, welcome back to another edition of Fishing with Uncle Dave. This week we're headed up to Chetek, Wisconsin, and for fishing the Chetek chain. We found a private spot, a little bed and breakfast here that we rented and stayed for the week. We've had better weather for the week. We're going to give you a little look around here. This is one of the first days we got there. It was cloudy, overcast. We ended up with wind. We ended up with quite a bit of rain. It got down in the 40s there for a night or two, and the high the one day was like 59 degrees with the wind and the rain, and it was kind of a rough week. So you're going to see kind of a lot of wildlife to start off with in this video here with just the different views and stuff around Chetek, Wisconsin, how beautiful this lake and this chain is. And I tell you what, there is a lot of fish here. But like I said, with that cold front that moved in on us, it kind of scattered the fish out, moved things around. But we got used to seeing this kind of view right here pretty much the whole first week. We ended up getting a little bit of sunshine toward the end of the week, but like I said, for the most part, we had rain, thunder, lightning, hail. We went through the whole gamut of the weather, but then of course, in between the times, we got out and got fishing. Ran this couple loons here the first start off. They're so beautiful birds. Where's the fish at, fellas? Can you tell us? In the water? Oh, that's why. I know it's in the water, smarty pants. Yeah, you guys are beautiful. You guys are very beautiful. So black and so red. It's so pretty. Oh, pretty. All right, well, the loons wasn't much help on directing us to the fish, but we just went ahead and kept on trolling along, and, well, what a beautiful place. I mean, you see these little bridges, little inlets like this, and, of course, like I said, it's spring. It's the second week of June, first week of June, and the mama ducks are out there. All these little babies are all swimming around, and then you'll come across these little group of male ducks, the drakes. Look at how blue the one's head is. That's crazy. So different. Hi, daddy ducks. Which one of you is the daddies over there? Those four little babies need taken care of. Somebody better get busy. There we go. There's the ones. You heard something? Yeah. Pretty green his head is. All right, fat boy. See you, man. Yeah, like I say, it may be rainy, but it is spring, and these little ducks were everywhere. It's great to see them. Well, here me and Brenda found a place to hide while it's raining again. Here it comes. Okay, waited 5 minutes. The sun popped out. Turtles all climbed up on the logs in the sun. And look at the size of this turtle right here. It's a big old soft-shelled turtle. Man, that thing was huge. And the cormorants got up in the sunshine up there on the limbs above us, and they were putting their arms out, and our wings out anyway, and just soaking up the sunshine. It had been a few days since they seen it, too. So there was quite a few of them that got up there, and they was really enjoying the sunshine, same as us. And like I said, these turtles, these painted turtles, just kept climbing out. We watched them climb out on these logs, climbing on top of each other. They said the water temperature was only 62 to 63 degrees at that time, but they sure climbing out because the air temperature was in the 70s. And we saw, of course, there's baby ducks, baby geese, grown geese. Big ducks are pairing up. These ducks weren't too scared of you. As long as you're not running the motor 100 miles an hour, they'll come up, they don't get too scared. They'll let you get good pictures up there, and it's really beautiful to watch them swim around. We seen the squirrels up there were black, or at least in that area, there's quite a few black squirrels. They're kind of cool. Watch them run around. And of course, mama ducks and baby ducks were everywhere. We'll go right ahead with the goose parade. Honk, honk, honk. Well, Uncle Dave fans, we got a real treat. We was just easing along there with a trolling motor and came across this big doe and her baby, and he was down there drinking and getting the ninny, and then they looked up and they saw us. Yeah, right after we left the doe and her baby, we came across this mama duck, and you can see underneath her wings, all of her babies are gathered under her. Yeah, it had just been one of those rainstorms. They were all kind of gathered up. She's trying to keep them warm. This old dude over here, he was like kind of waking up. The sun's getting on him. You can see how he rests his big old head right on his neck. These are beautiful birds. The big males have the big chest on them like that with the stuff. And here's me and Brenda got back a little cold and we're fishing. We found some more ducks. Yeah, I tell you, about 4 days of rain, everything was glad to see some sunshine. Well, we finally got a night without all the clouds and the thunder, the lightning, and the rain. It was really nice to see the big old moon come up. And the next day was promising, and we came out, the sun was shining. These old painted turtles are out warming up. Of course, the mama ducks and her babies are up against the banks. They're all working. And we got kind of a glimpse of a little promise there. Blue skies were coming for sure. And it did. The sun came out, and these old northern pike and stuff around those bogs hitting that spinner bait. And this big old bluegill right here, they was just like I said, we'd find them and start catching them dudes. And it was just amazing to see the size of these things, man. I mean, these are 9, over 10 inches long. These are really just some trophy bluegill and a great bluegill fishery, crappie, northern bass, walleye. We were just catching everything.
Okay, Mama, run away from her. That's good. Yeah, run away from her. Come over here by us. We'll make sure she stays away from you. Good job, Mama. Quack, 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 quack. Yeah, good job. Now, you two stop it. Run, run. You two are mean.
Well, we ended up having another great day. The moon came up, another promise of a good day tomorrow, and sure enough, we started out banging these bass on the spinner bait. Brenda even knocked a big old bass out with it was on the teardrop with a waxworm. We got a real treat next here. Is a big old golden eagle came up and sit there by us. I apologize for you really can't see him really good because, of course, it was a little bit windy and it's still overcast there. But I'll tell you what, these guys are amazing. They are huge, and these guys are beautiful. They're quite a bit bigger than the bald eagles, and they're both up there. The bald eagles are with them there, too. We didn't see near as many golden eagles as we did the bald eagles, but I tell you what, these are amazing animals. Like I said, they're huge. They kind of rule the air up there. They're the bosses. The bald eagles, leave them alone. They're pretty, and like I said, you see how big his wingspan is? And they are just amazing, amazing birds. Well, as you can see, that morning started out a little cold, but hey, the sun come out, and of course another promise happening, and here come the big bluegill again. It was just an amazing time. That sun popped out. Well, the water warmed up about 6 to 7 degrees. It was up to close to 70, 72 degrees. I don't know, Uncle Dave fans. What do you say? Put a teardrop on, a wax worm. Right, I set it down about 3 feet. Throw it in the water. hey, I don't know what else to say. Hey, we're up here at Chetek Lake, and we're having a good time. First week of June. Second week of June, sorry. Yeah, I tell you what, on that little ultralight line 6-pound test on those teardrops, what a time. Finally, sunshine all the way to sunset. What a beautiful day. Hey, as a tip, you see these guys sitting there sleeping like this, leave them alone. Because if not, watch what happens. Oh, my God. That was nasty. All right, while we was there, we got to check in at the bait shop, and of course they have these little buttons for sale, and you can buy these buttons, and you can get a tag. And if you catch a tagged fish, look at this, like Brenda, she wins some money. Brenda won the money on the tag fish. What an amazing time! So we caught a lot of those bluegill, and we found out that the guide at our Lakeview Resort caught some of those bluegill that were tagged, and the one we caught was one he tagged. So it was an amazing kind of thing with all those fish in there. But what a good fishing trip. I said, we had some good weather, bad weather, but you get out there and go fishing, man, you just never know what you're going to catch. Well, Uncle Dave fans, as you can see, every day is not sunshine and rainbows for me and Brendan to go fishing. And in fact, today is kind of rough. We went out and had breakfast this morning at a nice little local restaurant here, and wind gust 25 or more, so we're kind of waiting, and we're gonna get out later this afternoon. But it's rained today all night pretty much. But I say we take what we get, and we're gonna go out here in a little bit, and we'll go find some places out of the wind, and we'll try to get. This is our last day of fishing. We got to load the boat up here in a little while, but anyway, like I said, it's not all sunshine and rainbows for Brenda and Uncle Dave. All right, dodged the rain, got out for a little bit, and we did put some in the boat. Well, Uncle Dave fans, like I said, it's not all sunshine and rainbows for me and Brenda, but we did go out today, even though it is looking like this. We had 25-mile-an-hour gust. It's been raining pretty much all day last night. I think it's going to rain tomorrow, a little bit tonight and maybe tomorrow. But anyway, we went out and threw my spinner bait and caught a nice bass. Caught several bass, actually, and missed a couple of them. But then we started getting these bluegill. And then down in here, Brenda, look at that dude right there. That dude is 10¼ inches long. I don't know, it weighs over a pound. You know, it's what a beautiful specimen of a bluegill, though. That's the biggest one we've ever kept, and that's probably one of the biggest one we'll ever keep. Like I said, she's now got her Master Angler Award for bluegill with that big old boy right there. All right, from Chetek, Wisconsin. I said it's not all sunshine and rainbows, but hey, get out and go fishing. You never know. You might go ahead and catch you a whopper. Hey, did I forget to mention it was cold up there? I mean cold. And then the sun would pop out, and look, we just had to be out there. You know, we just had to keep trying. He comes right at us. Oh, wow. He's going to come back again.
He's doing a lot of circling. He must have saw something. He thought he saw something, I guess. He's leaving now, probably. Yeah, he's gone.
All right, Uncle Dave fans, what a nice trip to Chetek, Wisconsin, up there and fishing Chetek chain of lakes. There's where we parked at our cabin there. It was pretty neat. Kind of a funny little picture there. And there's our boat. Watch it bounce up and down. We sitting there. The weather was so bad, but like I said, we get out. The fishing was good. Here's another one over 9 inches long. And I'm telling you what, and then, of course, as you see it's raining again, Uncle Dave kept throwing that big old spinner bait and kept knocking those bass and northern out. I'm going to leave you with another picture of their golden eagle and how beautiful it was. And now I know that, hey, when the weather gets tough, the fishermen get tough, and you get to going. All right, hope you enjoyed another edition of Fishing with Uncle Dave, and we're going to leave you with this. Okay, Uncle Dave fans, so everybody knows that 10 1/4, we got him all measured up, got him home, and we're going to go ahead and say, God bless you, and go make us some more. All right. There he goes. The 10 1/4 is back in the water, and we're all good. All right, Uncle Dave fans, that's it for today.